Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. So today I was thinking though, I got up this morning, 25 degrees, and you know, I've explained this before, I've got Hashimoto's thyroiditis. My hands get cold. My hands and feet are always cold, pretty much. And so what I do, even though I'm in remission, I still take thyroid medication every day, and I'm watching. I do my own personal protocol to keep myself centered with my meditation, all that. I do all the things, right? I do all the things, but I still get very cold hands. So today I was like, forget about this. Let's go to Florida. Let's go to someplace warm. And so I'm on Airbnb looking all over. And then I started to think, you know, we get this thing. You've heard of seasonal affectional disorder. I'm sure you have. And it's just from the less sunshine, from cooler, darker days, and all of that. And we need to be aware that we all get affected by this to some degree or another. And then it does affect our mood, and it does affect the way that we feel. And it hits us down right into our little very souls, where we're starting to feel meh, you know, not a lot of enthusiasm for anything. Amber's letting me know I can come visit her. Yay! I'd love to. I'd love to come down there. I'd love to have some warm weather for a week or two, you know, and just sit in the sun and just lap it up like a cat. But in lieu of that, what can we do if we're having these cold gray days? What can we do if we're just feeling kind of like, oh, every winter I feel like this or whatever? Let's talk about that, because it is so critical for us to understand, you know, it's a circadian clock thing. It's a rhythm. It is a, you know, everybody's hibernating. All the bears and what have you are hibernating, and snakes and stuff too. They can hibernate all they want. But you know, what can we do about this? How can we correct this? How can we be the sunshiny people that we are with our bright yellow cups and our smiling faces? Well, I've got some things for you, especially if you've kind of suffered through this and you're thinking, this is just the pits. First of all, the first thing you need to do is understand that when you smile, you are bursting through the pain, shall we say. When you smile, you're excreting happy hormones, oxytocin, your serotonin, your dopamine, everything is starting to go to make you feel a little bit happy. You know how you feel when you smile? Don't you feel so much different than when you're frowning and grousing? It's amazing. Try it. And then just let everything in your world light you up. Let that first cup of coffee light you. Oh, here's that. I don't care if you live alone or with 18 cats or whatever. But the point is, always be grateful. Always have that gratitude, and always smile as you're doing something. I love that. Just taking a cup of coffee and just, here it is, my coffee. When we do this, it changes our body's chemistry. Okay, that's number one. Number two, stop the negativity. I know how easy it is to fall into those negative loops. I get it. We all do it. But when we understand that a negative loop, and a lot of it's really focused on the past. Have you noticed that? It's focused on the past. Things that we can't do a darn thing about. Instead, let's look to the gift of the present, right? Look to the gift of the present with an eye longing for a vibrant future, simply because we're staying the path today. It's simple, it's easy, if we understand that letting go of the past is going to help bring us to the place of really enjoying our todays. How many todays do we have left? We don't know. You know, we don't know. We have a limit, we have an expiration date. We all do. So let's have that place of just understanding that what we can do is we can just pull the plug at any time from that negativity. Live in the present and be positive about all the good things that we have in our lives. And you know, it might not be your dream life, but there are things in your life that you love. Maybe you love your comforter. Maybe you love your cat. Maybe you love a certain plant. Maybe you love just having a little time to yourself. Like right now, I love that. And let that be enough for right now. Okay? Pinkies up. This really helps. And it gives us an opportunity to, if we are grateful with the things that we have, then we get more things to be grateful for. But if we're negative and pessimistic and everything and nothing is right and constantly complaining, not only is our brain shrinking, by the way, that's a thing. Your brain shrinks, your hippocampus actually shrinks with all that complaining. But also, it puts you in a place of just feeling like there's nowhere to go. You're frustrated, you're stuck on the couch, and you might as well binge on Netflix or get lost in romance novels or games or whatever it is. And then why not have some wine to go with it? Because that'll depress you too. I mean, it's just amazing how we can change things up when we shift the way we look at things. I want you to do that. And number 3 is you got to add the light. You know, the reason why we're so happy with the sun is because the sun brings in all the things, right? We get vitamin D from the sun. It lights us up. It changes our body chemistries. It tightens up our circadian clock, all the things. Sunshine is wonderful. You know, we just obviously can't be out there baking all day like we did when we were teenagers, but getting a little bit of sun is just fine, and it makes us feel happy. There are SAD lights, seasonal affectional disorder lights. They're not very expensive. They are on Amazon. If you know that you're affected by this, grab a light, put it on, and allow that light to bathe you. Allow that light to light up your house. Just change your light bulbs. You know, maybe change a couple of light bulbs. I don't know. I haven't gone into depth on this, but I know they're inexpensive, and I know this is a way that we can make ourselves feel better. Let's do it. Sarah says she loves her happy lamp. She obviously has one. But yeah, it changes your body's chemistry. Another thing that we can do, number 4, serve. I'm going to ask, I have a big ask for you right now. You ready? Serve. Go into the Hot Melt Sprint group and ask, how can I help someone here? I'm daring you to do that. I'm double dog daring you to do that. Do you know why? Because somebody right now is stuck and they need a kind word. Somebody out there needs someone with skin on. And you know, when we buddy up and become body clutter buddies, that's the skin on situation, right? Maybe we can't get together, but boy, oh boy, doesn't it help to have somebody who's just there that you can text and just say, hey, rotten day here. Well, you know, do you want a phone call? Maybe I can connect with you. Maybe it will help. These are things that we do because we're humans and we care. We're humans, souls. You know, that's who we are, by the way. We are souls with a human suit. That's it. That's who we are. But this is how when we operate from that soulful, beautiful self-connection, that's when we start to change everything around us, and ourselves included. When you serve, you're doing that to help somebody else, but guess what? It's all going to come back to you. It always does. This is a God thing. This is that reaping and sowing deal. This is the beauty of serving from your soul. So serve in some way. You know, there is a way to serve without over-volunteering. There is a way to serve in a way that's kind and gentle and loving. And I'm going to tell you right now, I bet you money somebody needs to hear from you right now today. And they're probably in our sprint group. So reach out and see what happens. Number 5, you're going to love this. Get the clutter out. Do you know there's studies that support this? That clutter all around creates clutter on the inside and you feel frustrated. You know, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Allow it to leave. You know, Marla used to talk about, please release me, let me go. You know, that just like as you're decluttering stuff, sing that song and let it go. Let it go to bless somebody else. Let it go to to be recycled, or just let it go, period, and just trash it. You know, we have facilities to handle these things. Do not be just laden down with all that crap. Get rid of it. You know, when we were moving, you wouldn't believe all the stuff that I had decluttered, and we decluttered again. And then, you know what? As we were putting stuff away, I decluttered again. I like not having stuff in every single nook and cranny. I love it. I love it. It makes me feel good. Now, if I showed you my office right now, we'd say, Leanne, you really want to talk to me about that? This is the last frontier, y'all. But I promise you, I'm going to get it done. Come hell or high water, I am going to get it done because it makes me feel better. It's visual peace. And that visual peace translates to inner peace. It really does. It makes such a difference. You want that refreshment when you walk out into your kitchen to make coffee. You don't want to be seeing a bunch of crap everywhere. You don't. You know what you want to do? You want to see a kitchen that's ready to serve. That's what you want to see, right? A kitchen that's ready to serve. I shared with you every single morning what my routine is. Every single morning. You know, I unload the dishwasher, because if you don't unload the dishwasher, where are you going to put the breakfast dishes? And if you don't, you know, you just got to keep things going. This is part of the whole routine. And this is how you create it. It makes all of the difference in the whole wide world. Yeah, visual peace. Visual peace translates. You feel it on the inside. It translates. I've told you before, and this is not because I'm a perfectionist. Well, maybe I am, but I don't believe this is perfectionism. But when we go to bed at night, and I clean up whatever's left out, I straighten out the stuff that's on the coffee table and put the little remotes away, and I fluff the pillows and karate chop them. I do. And I put the blankies away into the blankie box. It takes me all of 5 seconds, and it gives visual peace. So when I walk in, from our bedroom, when I walk in, I see the kitchen and I see the living room. It's just all right there, and it's all in order. Gosh, that makes me feel good. Get rid of the clutter and allow that for your own self. Then you get to decorate, by the way. And decorating's super fun. I've been having a blast with that. And yes, somebody was asking, are you going to do another tour of your house? Yes, I am. Before we rip out the bathroom. We're about ready to rip out the bathroom and start, you know, doing the master bathroom. So I've got the vanity in my cart on Wayfair, you know. So we've got everything going on, but I haven't done it yet. But I want to show you. I want to show you my home. I'm very happy with it. I'm going to show you the boat and everything, because we have Wanda of Wantesca is our new boat, and she's here. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, here's a duck. Sorry, guys. My son's commercial is going to be on the Super Bowl tomorrow. That's what they're telling him. They said it's a real possibility. You've probably seen the Jeep commercial with the snowboarders. I've been seeing that all the time. Well, they did a series of them, and my son's is the kayak one. So his commercial tomorrow might be a compilation of all the sporting type Jeep commercials that they did and put them all together, or it might be just his commercial. We don't know yet. So anyway, I had to tell you that. Isn't that so exciting? Okay, so we get the clutter out. What's number 6 is read an uplifting book. I'll tell you, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I'm reading right now. This is one of them. I love this little Jen Sincero book. You Are a Badass Every Day. I love badassery. You know, we talk about, we don't want to be half-ass, we want to be badass. We want our stuff to be like on point, right? We want our lives to be vibrant, and it doesn't come by doing things half-ass. And read something that stimulates you, read something that supports you, read something that makes you say, aha, yeah, I can do that. I can step into that level. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So I am all about that. Okay. Pamela's asking me, are you going to be talking about food addiction on Monday evening? No, it's going to be Thursday night. So join me on Monday, and Thursday evening at 7 p.m., we're going to be doing a food addiction thing. And let me just tell you, as a food addiction, someone in recovery from that, it's getting personal. I've had a couple of tears already, you know, but I'm going to share from my own experience. I'm going to share some tactics with you. But watch for that. Be there on Mondays to find out. This Monday, we'll be sending in emails. We send emails and let you know about these so you can get your place, you know, so you can grab your seat. So if you're not on our email list, go to savingdinner.com and get on our email list, for heaven's sakes. All right, so uplifting books, how about that? And I want to, maybe second quarter, not this quarter, second quarter, I want to do a book of the month club with you all. I want to do a book club. I really do, because I read so many books, and I mean, right now I've got like 4 open on my desk, seriously. But I want you to know something, that we need to be readers are people who are looking and seeking for information. Readers are people who are a lot more optimistic in life. Readers are a whole lot less sad than, say, others who aren't reading. You know, there's a lot of crap out there. There's all kinds of garbage TV. There's all kinds of garbage news and garbage this and garbage that. When we're filling our cups with this stuff, that's when we're really feeling it. And then you add in the cold and the dark and everything else. Stop the presses. We don't want to do that. You know what we want to do? We want to sign up for the better, vibrant life. And our better, vibrant life comes when we are renewing our mind. You know, I know a Bible verse that tells us to renew our mind and renew our spirit, right? Same idea. Read good stuff and let it have its magic in your life. Number 7, stay the course with an anti-inflammatory diet. Can I make a suggestion? The reason they're called the sugar blues is because sugar leads to depression. Did you know that? It does. You know, you eat a Snickers bar, you feel pretty good for a minute, and then boom, crash. You know, you got chemical stuff going on, then you got the mental garbage going on inside. You're like, oh, why did I do that to myself? I know better than that. Here we go again, blah, blah, blah. Sugar is the enemy, and it's going to hold you back from the vibrancy that you want in your life. It's going to cause all kinds of issues with your body, and it's going to cause all kinds of chronic conditions as we go along. Are you ready to dump the sugar? Please tell me you are. And join us on the sprint if you want to. savingdinner.com/sprint, or do the collagen challenge. savingdinner/collagen. It's all free. What the heck? Be a part of a community. Be a place where you're like feeding your body and you feed your soul. It's just that simple. There's a direct connection. There is a direct connection. Number 8, procrastination. What does that do? It puts off everything. It's constipation of your brain. It really is, you know? And how does constipation feel, y'all? How does that feel? Anybody enjoy constipation? Anybody say, hey, constipation, fun? No. Constipation, bad. That means you got all that toxic stuff that needs to move out inside of you, right? Same thing with procrastination. When we procrastinate in our lives, we're putting off vibrancy. We're putting off the things that need to get done around the house, inside of you. We put off. And when we put off, what happens? We get left behind. Guess who gets last on the list after that? You do. So stop the procrastination. Yeah, it's a part of perfectionism. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Marla says that all the time. It is a part of perfectionism. But procrastination is also, it's a holder back of one's life. It's a holder back of vibrancy. It absolutely sucks all of the vibrancy out of your life. That's how it is. That's how it is. We all have an opportunity at any point when procrastination comes up, when we're coming to a place of decision. Am I going to do this or am I not? When I tell you this, if you do it and just do it anyway, and just say, you know what, that momentary piece of pain, that momentary part of pain for when you get from there to the other side of getting it done is amazing how much better you feel versus the regret you'll feel if you don't. Just remember, you have 2 pains to choose from. One is huge and one is very small. I say choose the smaller one and watch how your life changes as you do this. You're going to blow yourself away. You're not going to believe you're the same woman. Just these little things. Number 9, put some fabulous music on and lift your soul. What does that mean to you? Well, for me, Motown, man. Throw the Motown on. Crank up the Al Green. Put on some praise music. Put on some worship music. Put on whatever music it is that lights you up. And number 10, for heaven's sakes, if you aren't journaling, why aren't you journaling? Why? Why? Do you know when you journal, you get the stuff out and you don't go back into the treadmill of negativity. You don't. Just get it out. Get it out and get it done. Okay? And then what I want you to do with all that big old sad list that you made, I want you to go get a red pen, if you can find one, put a red X through it and say, okay, that's over with. We're done with that. And then the next page, start listing every single blessing you have in your life. Every single one. I want you to light up your journal. Light it up. Get rid of the negativity, then light it up with all the positivity. And for heaven's sakes, gratitude. 3 things that you have gratitude for each and every morning. When you wake up and your feet hit the floor, gratitude is first thing off your lips. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you for this beautiful day. I don't care if it's gray and dismal and awful. You know, you're not out in some cemetery pushing up the daisies. You know, you are alive. You have an obligation to your fellow man and to everyone around you to be the very best that you can, to live your vibrant life. This is how we find our purpose, by the way. And our purpose is everything, because we're put here by God on purpose at this time for a reason: to serve others. And you get to do that simply by being vibrant. How about that? So meditate, journal, hydrate, sleep, eat properly, have gratitude in your heart, turn on the lights, and shake your groove thing. Are you ready? Are you ready to live your very best possible life ever? Are you? We can't get sucked into the winter blues any more than we should get sucked into the sugar blues. We have things to do. We have things in a life to live. We don't put our lives on hold while we wait for the weather to warm up, right? We have an obligation to one another to live our very best and most vibrant lives. Can you imagine all of us together doing that? What's that going to be about? Wow. Wow. And if you want to see what that looks like, come into our community. You know, there's a whole bunch of women there. Peace be with you. Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.